Hello class, welcome to chapter 4.3, quick graphs using intercepts. So we just finished working on a section where we created a table with x values as our input to get a y value out, which made up an ordered pair. So that was one way that we could graph a line. Then you plot those points on a coordinate plane and you connect the dots and you see that you have a straight line. So I told you there's a couple ways of graphing, and here is one of the other ways. Quick graphing using intercepts. So, definitions. An x-intercept is the x-coordinate of a point where a graph crosses the x-axis. And a y-intercept is the y-coordinate of a point where a graph crosses the y-axis. So to give you a visual, here's our coordinate plane. We know that this is the x-axis and we know that this is the y. So the x-intercept is where that line crosses through the x-axis, and that y-intercept is where that line crosses through the y-axis. So we have this line. Here's my y-intercept. Here is my x-intercept. So the x-intercept, missing an E there. The x-intercept is the value of x when y is 0. So we know this point here, this x-intercept, we know the value of y is 0 at that point. And then the y-intercept is the value of y when x is 0. So to find the x-intercept, plug 0 in for y, and to find the y-intercept, plug 0 in for x, which I'll show you in 1 second. Okay, so again, the x-intercept crosses the x-axis, that's where that line crosses the x-axis, and the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So find the x and y-intercept of the graph of the equation 2x plus 3y equals 6. So the x-intercept first. So let me rewrite the equation here. So it just told me to find the x-intercept, we know that the y is 0. So I'm going to plug in the 0 for y. So 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. Okay, 3 times 0 is 0, so we know that this is 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, x equals 3. So we know that this graph will cross the x-axis at 3, 0. Okay, the y-intercept, plug in 0 for x now. So 3y equals 6, divide by 3, y equals 2. So we know that if we graph this, the x-intercept would be right here. So 3, 0 would be right here. And we know 0, 2 would be right here. So if I connected the dots here, okay, we would have a graph, a line. Okay, straighter than what I just drew. Straight line. Okay, so again, it's very important that you understand the first part here. Okay, this is very key, this sentence right here. Okay, so to find these x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y. To find the y-intercept, you plug 0 in for x. So making a graph. Graph the equation 3.5x. Let me rewrite it again. 3.5x plus 7y equals 14. Okay, so step 1 is find the intercepts. So let's find those intercepts. So think about how we did that before. So to find the x-intercept, we know we're going to plug 0 in for y, and to find the y-intercept, we're going to plug 0 in for x. So 3.5, okay, x plus 7 times 0 equals 14. We know that that cancels out, so 3.5 x equals 14. Divide by 3.5. x equals 4. So we know the x-intercept is 4, 0. The y-intercept, 3.5 times 0 plus 7y equals 14. We know that crosses out. 7y equals 14. Y equals 2. So here's my 2 points. We found the intercept. Step 1 is complete. Step 2, draw a coordinate plane that includes the points. Use appropriate scales. So what I mean by that is when you're graphing this right here, make sure you're using appropriate scales. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if we have larger numbers, we may want to go by a different scale. So we use this as our scale. We'll just go by ones on this one. So 4, 0 is right here. And 0, 2 is right here. So we drew our intercepts. So plot the points, which we're doing right now. So we completed this. We drew the coordinate plane that includes the points. Then plot the points and draw the line through them. So we plotted the points. We're drawing our line right through there. Okay? So find the x and y intercepts of the graph of 4x plus 3y equals 12. You're going to graph the equation x minus 2y equals 4y. This is a mistake right here. Sorry about that. So it should say graph the equation x minus now let's keep it. We'll keep it. That one's fine. This is. I wonder if that y is really supposed to be there connected to, but we'll leave it. See how you come up with your answers here. So homework. So find the x and y intercepts of the graph 4x plus 3y equals 12. Graph the equation x minus 2y equals 4y. Think about that when you're trying to find your x and y intercept, because you got to use the intercepts to graph it. And then graph the equation y equals negative 2x plus 25. Now going back to this point 2 here, draw a coordinate plane that includes the points. Use appropriate scales. You're going to have to make sure you use appropriate scale on this one, because 25 may be one of your intercepts, and you'll have to think about how you're drawing that in on your coordinate plane. Okay, so you don't always have to go by ones here. Okay, it's nice when you can do that, but now you're going to be dealing with a 25. So how are you going to include 25 on this? You're going to go by 5s, go by 10s, whatever you decide, it's up to you. Okay? So, I hope you have a wonderful night. Go back through if you have any questions. Sorry for a couple of my grammatical errors. But just please look at this again. If you have any questions, email me tonight. And if you have any questions on your homework that you did in class today, please feel free to email me as well. So I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.